Hey folks, welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5. After about a month hiatus, I am back. Achilles isn't actually great, but it's definitely not. I couldn't go running right now, but I definitely can drive. So I'm ready to be back. And of course, for those of you who don't know, right after that, I was about to start recording and I had an issue and I lost everything. So I had to scramble to rebuild a large amount of the modded file, which delayed things further. And that's why the car looks different, because I took the time to redo the logos that the NASCAR Heat 5 people had and redo my paint scheme. Same thing with, well, actually, it's pretty similar paints. I think I selected the same paint scheme to mimic in the Xfinity series, but I did some of the things I hadn't done in the previous Xfinity series mod. Some of the cars were missing the manufacturer's badges and things like that, so we got those back on there. I'm sure I'll find some things that I missed in the process of rebuilding it, but we'll fix those down the line. Right now, we've got Chicagoland Speedway, 134 laps, $315,000. We lead in the standings, and we have momentum. So hopefully that all pans out to being a nice race for us so that we continue doing well here. And also, we need 2 top 5s in the next 3 races to get an extra $600,000. That starts right now. Honestly, we were right around where the setup that I have says we should be. Unfortunately, that also means that they're just faster, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. A 29.9 is 2/10 faster than where I could have really maxed out if I had a perfect lap. So I'm fine with it. It's what it's gonna be. But I don't know. We'll use the draft. We got to get a top 5, maybe a victory. Hopefully. Car felt really stable, I'll say that much. 29.842 is your pole qualifying time. We've never had a pole. We won't start today. With the camera mod, because I don't know if you guys know, I have a camera mod on here that allows me to take my screenshots. There was also an improvement mod, and all it really does is make the drivers seem more realistic in the sense that they'll race 3 wide even. And I don't know how that's going to affect this, but I added it when I rebuilt the game. Or when I reinstalled the game and then rebuilt everything, I found that mod for the cameras, and I had another one attached to it, and I said, you know what? Could be a lot of fun. One more thing of note, the Xfinity Series drivers that aren't the subscriber drivers are now 5 points better than they were. They were 15s, now they're 10s, which is good. So it should be a little more close racing from those two groups. As you saw, there was starting to be a pretty decent separation between those groups, and I want them all to be racing together. And I know it's more of a challenge for me, but that's kind of the point of the whole thing. So anyway, let's get out here, put down our qualifying lap. Hopefully we'll get a decent lap down so we're not, near the back, and we'll be in a good position for the race. All right, here we go. Qualifying lap is now underway.
Concentrate. Give us all you got.
Coming to turn 1. Really come off just slight. I actually came off more than I needed to there, but that'll just keep us down on the track farther. No big deal there. Down the back stretch. Lift slightly before that line. Get right back on it. Car will fade down. Not actually great. Kind of wish you got 2 laps, but it's going to not be a... Yeah, I was going to say, it's not going to be a 30.4, which is what we were doing. 18th place. I make a face to that, but we'll do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get where we need to be. Taking a look at your top 5, teammate Kyle Busch, teammate Martin Truex Jr., teammate Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, rival, Ryan Blaney, rival. Round out your top 5. Near us, we've got Cole Custer right behind us, so he'll be next to us, or right behind us. He'll be, I think, behind us on the inside. I mean, as you know, Chris Buescher's there. We've got a lot of rivals from what I recall. Joey Logano right in front of us. We're going to try to continue being as clean as possible, but we're not going to let it control our race. I'll make sure that any rivals I have continue to be AI drivers so that I don't start our customized career in the Cup Series next season with a bunch of angry subscriber drivers. I just don't want that. So we've got 134 laps to go. Little pre-race information for you. Justin Haley fostering goodwill. He is our friend. William Byron crashed during qualifying. He goes to the back. Quinn Hoff chose new tires for position. He goes to the back as well.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Be ready here. Green flag.
It's been a minute, folks. It's been a minute. Whoa. Oh, I gotta find out what button that is. There we go. We're getting run into by Cole Custer right off the bat, and I'm trying to get things set up. There we go. We're fine. We're driving away from Cole. A little contact from him, no big deal. I have not raced this game, well, since the last time I recorded, so this is going to be a little bit of kicking the dust off the boots. I did finally grease my pedals so they're not squeaking anymore, so we have that going for us. Ryan Preece up here. Eric Almirola on our outside as we're jumping to the inside of Ryan Preece, trying to catch back up to the group in front of us. And once we're not really focused on all the cars around us, we should, I feel like, be able to start to do that. Yeah, you see we've got kind of 3-wide racing right there. Oh, no, it is 2-wide. Never mind. I don't know how much that mod's going to make a difference, but it's just supposed to make them more comfortable driving around each other or in bigger packs, like side-by-side racing and things like that. So we'll see how it goes. I did get a nice run there, and so we're into Chase Elliott's draft. Got 28 in the tank. I know we've got 36 in stage 1, so there will be a pit stop here in stage number 1, which, if I'm not mistaken, in the Cup Series usually is the case anyway. I did also add something that they allow for more adjustments on the tire wear and the laps, so it's not just, I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I don't know if it even took, to be honest with you, but we could make some of these races that are really long more reasonable. However, this channel has kind of always been really focused on just having fairly long races. Just about an hour-long video between 30 and an hour, so I don't plan on changing that. I enjoy the longer races because more of a story really is formed when you have longer races. Things that in a short sprint won't happen or don't happen can happen on these longer races. Of course, as we stand right now, even with a 10% speed boost being in momentum, we're sitting here in 14th and we're just hanging out. Now, from experience, I do know that could change on a dime, and all of a sudden we're catching cars and cars stop running as well, and we manage to get better positions, so we're not giving up by any stretch of the imagination, especially just a few laps into this race. Best thing I can do here is stick with it. I think we're gaining a bit on Christopher Bell. We can get into his draft. We can absolutely pull back up to this group and start to hopefully compete for higher positions. We did just grab his draft right at the end of the backstretch. We're going to roll with him here as much as possible to get that pull up. Going to go high. I know it's not going to benefit us, but I was hoping going high we could just kind of fall back down, and then as he goes high we could go around him on the inside, which is exactly what I am doing. And we'll take 13th position away from Christopher Bell as we start to work on rival Joey Logano. Now, of course, things won't be nearly as cordial with him, and I have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, if he wants to bounce off of us or whatever, I'm driving my race. I'm going to drive this car. So if he's going to want to run into us. We're just going to have to let it happen and hopefully not wreck our car. I also see Kurt Busch in front of Chase Elliott. He is another rival. We've made some enemies here in the Cup Series, and it all started with the hot seat races where I didn't realize, I kind of thought those were freebies for us as far as how we raced, and that wasn't the case. So, not great, but as you see, we've caught up to Logano. Hopefully we can, I don't think this is going to go very well for us at all, actually. We got it. Little slight contact, but it's sending us up the hill. Can we hang on to it? Yes, we can. And pull up into the draft so I can get a little bit of a gap on Logano in case he decides to send it into the turn. Good. He's not able to. See, I knew eventually we'd start to, as everyone settled in, we'd be doing all right. I am going to hold off on trying to pass Kurt Busch right there simply because we didn't have enough. I want to be a decent amount in front of him before he decides to run down on us, which he would.
Still there. You got room. You're clear.
Oh, he just half-turned himself doing that, and that's going to go back to Logano, so sucks to suck, I guess. I'm here to win races, and if that means that I got to just take contact from people like Logano and Kurt Busch, then that's what has to happen. I know in previous races I would have backed off and maybe not even passed him at all, but I really want to do well in the season, and that's what we're doing, but you don't do that by being timid. Jumping up on the inside of Matt Kenseth, we've got Brad Keselowski in front of us. Although not at all a rival, he has had some stuff to say to us in the past, which has been a little interesting for me. And he is a pretty aggressive driver. $18 left in the tank, 14 into stage number 1. We're going to go about 4 more laps, and then we'll speed things up.
Still there.
So we got up into 8th place. All we can see right now in front of us, though, at best, is 6th place. So that's going to be... Well, I mean, we've got pit stops. We've got stage breaks. We've got a lot of stuff that can affect how this will go.
You're clear there.
But as it stands right now, the best we can get up to is 6th place. Unless we start to gain up on the group in front there, I just don't see it happening. We started a bit too far back for us to get there. Had to work through traffic and... You know, there's reasons, but we'll get there, I think. I feel like this car is really coming into its own now, where our laps are remaining a bit... It's a long-run car, is what I'm trying to tell you here. It's a long-run car. Jump to the inside of Mr. Clint Boyer. Technically, we're in front of him, but it's pretty much side-by-side down the backstretch. There we go. Try to jump up into Harvick's draft as soon as possible. Get that extra speed as much as possible. And he's running the high line, but he got a really nice drive off there. Our exit appears to be a bit faster than his, but his entrance looked pretty fast. I came off the gas and I saw him kind of sneak away a little bit. We'll jump to the short part of the track, the inside line. And we are going to be drag racing with him as we come to the start-finish line. 22 left in stage number 1. As soon as we get in front of Harvick, we're going to speed this bad boy up until we pit for the first time. Oh, he is doing really well, actually. See if I can hang on to that now. There we go. Clear Kevin Harvick. We've got 2.5 seconds away from teammate Denny Hamlin. And we're going to move to a speed up. until we do that pit stop. We'll be back on the mic with you then. Enjoy the speed up. Caution flies. 5 laps left that we had. We'll be able to pit, and we should be good to go for the rest of stage number 1. We do actually gain a position on Kyle Busch. Unfortunately, though, that means we have Ryan Blaney right next to us, so we're going to come off the gas and let him get around us. I don't need him to do what he was going to do, which was slam into us right off the bat. We want to, you know, we're willing to be aggressive, but at the same time, we don't need to deal with just foolishness as we do a restart. Get right into the draft. We're in the top 5. We're where we want to be. And hopefully, we'll be able to do some good work here. As we stick to the inside, actually grabbing Ryan Blaney's draft a bit here. It's always funny to me when we get to use the drivers who are our rivals as drafting partners. Sort of, without them knowing it. As we will clear Truex. We're hanging on with Kyle Busch.
Stay on the bottom.
Yeah, this group up here with new stuff is pretty good. Long run car is definitely what we have, as you can tell.
That was your best lap ever.
There we got into the 30.2, which is good. That was actually where we should have been. But yeah, we just don't have what we need to stay up with this group. I'm going to hopefully be able to use Kyle Busch and do well, because we have the potential of really having some bad stuff happening if we're not able to stay up here with this group. Gonna cut off Harvick a little bit. I need this draft. Oh, it's like tap. All right, here we go. Hold on now. Crap. There's the wall. There's Logano. And we're dropping back. All right, get it together. We're gonna be fine. That wasn't what I liked. I had gotten out of my groove. Wow. Hadn't raced in a month and I still do the same stupid things. All right. Run your line. Do the right thing. We'll be all right. 6 left in stage number 1. I can hear the tires, so I might be pushing it a bit hard, but we can do that because we'll likely be pitting at the end of the stage with everybody again anyway. We've recovered slightly. We're back up to Logano. Not exactly where I want to be. I'd rather be flying around him, but I don't see that happening, so we're just going to use his draft until we find our spot and hopefully get a really good run on him going down the back stretch, I'd say. If we could do that, it'd be very good. Is it going to be enough before we get to the turn? No, it's not. I feel like we may probably have contact. We do not. He is going to bump us there. And that's not good for us, because if he actually ends up getting to us... Oh, yeah, that's right. The front stretch is kind of a whole turn. So he won't come up into us. Nice run by Logano. We're going to take advantage of our entry into the turn, and hopefully... it's just going to be rough for us. Oh, thank you. All right. Top 10. Bit of a struggle, but we managed to do all right. We pit. We gained a spot on Keselowski. I think that put a little gap between us and Logano, which is a big deal. As we get through the gears, I'm going to hopefully, as soon as the draft becomes a thing, be able to roll up right in behind. Wow, we actually had a better drive off. There we go. I was going to say get up behind Boyer, but now we're actually getting a really nice run and hanging on to it. Oh, yeah. Well, we're 3 wide. Keselowski has an aggression about him that I actually really like in this game, and I kind of wish more drivers were that way. He's not a rival. He doesn't run us off the road, but he takes every opportunity to make sure that he is getting positions, and I just think it's cool. He's the only driver that I've seen do it. It's very noticeably different than how the other drivers race. I can basically set up what the other drivers are doing and feel pretty confident about what I'm doing because of it. But with him, I'm like, well, we're going to race, and it's going to be racing hard. He's probably the most human of them all, as if I were racing multiplayer.
You just posted your best lap ever.
Yeah, by 1/1000th of a second, which is great. But, I mean, that's what it was. Yeah, we did not set that turn up at all.
Stay low.
Sitting back in 9th, where we ended stage number 1.
Still there.
Hopefully we can get a little bit of a run here, start to clear some of these drivers so that we have an opportunity to, or a chance to get away from Logano a little more. We are in Keselowski's draft. Yeah, I'm not doing that corner well because I am so far on the inside. I don't have a lot. Oh, that's bad. Did he catch it?
Outside.
Yeah, he did. That was not intentional. We got loose. We got real loose. All right. We're fine. Drop back another spot. I can't really worry about Logano, but we're going to definitely know when he's there because we're going to take contact from him as soon as he is.
Car high, careful.
Oh, there he is. Come on, get the run off. Get the run off. Get the run off. Sorry, Chase.
Hold that line, driver. 3 wide.
Oh, crap.
Clear.
3 wide. We got Kurt Busch, rival on our inside. Joey Logano, rival on our outside. We had to come off the gas and let them do what they were going to do. That was going to be very painful for us otherwise. All right. We are not. I need to focus. We are driving really, really poorly all of a sudden. We had driven a very good stage 1, and now I'm driving extraordinarily bad. We have dropped back to 15th place for absolutely no reason.
Still there.
Let me see if I can get things back in order as we've got Tyler Reddick peeking on the inside. A little more than peeking. He's at our fender right now.
Careful, still there. Looking inside now. Careful, still
I'd
there.
like to get enough of a runoff to start to catch Christopher Bell's draft to start to make some work again, but it's not looking great. Well, I lied. It's looking very good. We just did exactly what I was hoping we'd be able to do. I then screwed up that entry. I was watching Christopher Bell more than I was watching my marks on the track. I should not be turning at the point that I'm finally coming off the gas. Those are 2 different times. My turn is a bit earlier than when I come off the gas, so that was where the problem arose. I'm going to use the inside here of William Byron to get us around Joey Logano safely.
Still there. You're all clear up top.
There we go. Big run has put us back up We're going to clear 11th pretty quick. Got a nice run through there.
All right, you're clear there.
And we are just trying to cruise back up after just a real weird start to stage number 2. We've kind of settled in now. So we start to work on catching and passing Kurt Busch. A lot of it, I think, really does have to do when I'm racing in the packs. I forget to turn at the point I'm supposed to turn. And like I said, turning and coming off the gas are 2 different times. Start to turn here, come off the gas. Well, that time they were the same time because I have Kurt Busch here and I don't want there to be an issue. Well, that was rude of me. That was very rude of me. Also, it got me around him with very little incident. So, oh well. Now that I know I won't be fixing any relationships with Kurt Busch today, we'll make sure to keep that in the mind hopper. As far as what we do if we end up around him again and how cautious we are. Because obviously with the contact there, we're not going to get that nice little text that says, hey, nice race today. Thanks. Nope. It's just going to be, I hate you. I hate your soul. I hate the way you drive. I hate everything about you. Die. So, because of that, we'll be sure that if we need to get around him, we'll just bump and run. I still wish somebody came up with a mod so that you had a slider for how... Because, I mean, I'd turn it down a bit. I think it's a little extensive in the game. That's all. We are 3/4 of the way to 2025, and hopefully we'll be seeing more information on NASCAR 2025 pretty quick. I don't know if it's going to be a game that comes out early during the off season or if it's going to come out in before the season starts again. Well, there's not really much time between the two, so I guess that doesn't really matter. In fact, I'd be shocked if it, well, I got to be honest. I tend to feel like it would come out. I don't know. Didn't one of them, or didn't this game come out in September or something? It's a weird time to put on a NASCAR game, kind of mid-season.
Got one peeking outside.
We'll see. But I'm looking forward to that. I know it's not going to be filled with options, and we probably won't have custom drivers and stuff like that in it, but that doesn't matter because it's a new game. And at the end of the day, we're a racing channel. Where are we at with this? 16 in the tank, 15. So we're going to go ahead and speed things up as soon as we cross the line here. We'll be back on the mic with you when we pit in the second stage. Wow, right around the same time that happened last stage, we get another caution. Not sure what it was for, but we'll pit, and we'll be able to run out stage 2. We do pick up a spot over Ryan Blaney. It's going to put him on our outside. So I'll drop down and hopefully get a nice run to avoid his contact. He's right there on the line. But there he goes. Comes up off the line. Let's pay more attention to what we're doing in front of us and less attention to Ryan Blaney.
Careful. Still there.
Oof. That didn't go great, but we're all right.
Stay low. Got one peeking out.
Got a little squirrely, but hopefully we'll be able to recover and be just fine.
Stay on the bottom here.
It takes about 5 laps or so for us to start to
Still there.
drive better than everybody else. I'm trying this time to not have that be the case and not have these weird turn entries. We've got a decent position here in third, but as you can see, they're just faster than us early on. They're so much faster than us early on. Kevin Harvick is really pushing for it. We're not in the draft anymore, which isn't great for us. Just hoping that I'm able to... we're sliding up the track. That's going to open the door for Harvick. Right behind him is Blaney and Hamlin.
10 solid laps. Concentrate.
All right.
Got a car coming inside now.
Well, Blaney and Hamlin are going to take it, but maybe if I can catch Hamlin's draft, that can mitigate the losses that we're taking right now.
All clear.
And again, maybe not. Whoa! I just saw a blown tire in Matt Kenseth. Right next to us, he blows a tire and just goes flying. That was insane. Oh, we're going to stay out. We have 96% across the board and plenty of laps in the tank. Is there damage? Oh, I wish I could look with my camera before the restart to see. Oh, no, it's not damaged. That's just the Toyota front end. See if I can sneak in behind Hamlin here.
Stay on the bottom here.
Can I get a nice run with Hamlin? Whoa. Sometimes the car just has a mind of its own. And that was one of those times where I just was not expecting it to do what it did, and it took off on me. As now we are 3 wide. Going into turn number 3. We handled it, though. Car feels really good. It really does. When I'm not being a moron, the car feels just fine. I want to get better than a 9th in this stage.
Careful. Still there.
I don't know. Now we only have 5 laps left. I don't think we have what it takes to start to gain on the cars in front of us,
All right. Clear out.
which is the problem. But maybe. I don't know. Looks like we had a really good 3 and 4 here. We are catching the draft of Kyle Busch, so that's good. Beautiful. Can we get into the top 5 before the end of stage number 2? Well, that's the goal, is to get a top 5 finish. So these are those things where you're like, okay, if we're in this situation at the end of the race, are we going to be able to be pushing for the finish that we need? And the answer is yes. It's possible.
Careful. Still there. Still there. You got room.
There we go. We'll get around Kyle Busch. Obviously, I don't want to be doing anything to help Ryan Blaney, but especially when the option is Ryan Blaney or my teammate. The problem is Kevin Harvick is kind of preventing all of this unless somehow Hamlin makes a move, but I just don't see it happening. So we're just going to roll this and hopefully it'll go well through the rest of stage number 2, and we'll come home with a 5th because I don't have a way to get around these guys. I could get a run maybe on the end of the next lap if I hit the turn right. I don't know. Kyle Busch is right here with us again because he's in my draft, or was in my draft until he's running that highline. He really loves running that highline, actually.
Stay low. Stay low. White flag is in the air.
Yeah, we're going for it a little bit. That's dumb. Didn't work. Did not work.
Now. All right. Clear outside.
It actually almost cost us 5th place, so got to keep that in mind. Blaney looking on the inside of Kevin Harvick. Kyle Busch looking on our inside as he's going to get a nice run, but I think we'll have what it takes to take home. Oh, no, he did. He got us right at the line. Good job by him. Poor racing by me when I made the move. I should have just been patient. Keep that in the head place, because we're going to have about 53 or 52 after the stage caution here to finish out this race. Pit crew's done its job all day long. We come out with another position gained. We're entering the final stretch of the race. Stage 3 is now underway, as we are hoping, 52 left. We are hoping that we can hang out with Ryan Blaney and Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and, I know his name. I always think of Ogre. Sorry. It's not personal. He's just always looked like a big oaf in the car. I would too, 6'2". It's not exactly a sport that's made for people like me either. But Ryan Newman. All right, let's just kind of run this and see what we can do. Can we, as Blaney has taken the lead, can we hang with these guys this time and not lose because they're so much faster on restarts than me? It's interesting. You'd think it's all about turning, but it's actually all about coming off the gas and getting back on it when you do. The turning itself is pretty standard. We got a 30.1. That's nice. Early on, we're able to really hang it out there, especially without other cars around us. And so we've been able to stick up with this group this time, which the more laps that go by, honestly, it puts us even in a better position, because as this continues down that long stretch, we end up being more consistent. I think they have a bigger drop-off than us, and that's that long-run car we have. Now, we're going to lose 2 spots right here, and I'm okay with it, but the problem that I have is that losing those 2 spots, I think we also... Oh, nope. Are we still in it? Yeah, we're still okay. I was going to say, no, yeah, see, we lost the draft at the end of that. Can I have a good run through 3 and 4 to get us back up into the draft on the front stretch? That would be the most ideal thing, because, again, we're caring more about them overdriving their cars for once, and then me being able to start to catch up to them because of it. Look like Harvick actually looks like his back end came out. Don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Okay. Car felt like it was going up pretty hard, but I also didn't want to come out of it and lose my spot to Chase Elliott. They're still absolutely having a better drive than us, but I'd say with probably 45 to go, we should start to see that make a change. Wow, what a run by Chase Elliott on the outside. Nevertheless, that's actually pretty impressive.
Still there?
We will use his draft. That will hopefully help overall. We want to win. We don't technically need a win. We need a top 5, and we're going to lose a spot. Wow, I just don't. We really do drop off, and then it just kind of like flips where they start to drop off and we balance out. It's just kind of weird. Because we lost 2 spots purely by these drivers just being faster. We didn't mess up our turns at all. Turn 3 was not a bad turn for us last time, and Clint Boyer just shot down on the inside, and there it was. We've recovered a bit.
Still there.
We'll see how it goes down the front stretch.
Careful, still there.
I don't know. We've got Brad Keselowski right behind us.
Careful, still there.
I don't have much of a choice of what I can do. I got to stop mirror driving, though.
Still there. All right, clear outside.
Good, we were able to clear him. Did the balance just happen? And if it did, we started with 52 left in the stage. This will put us at 44, so 8 laps before we actually have a shot. But here comes Brad Keselowski. He's doing work. He's going to take the spot, and because I had to maintain the middle, I'm feeling like Clint Boyer might take advantage of that as well. The drive off, we ended up with a better run. But is that going to keep happening, or are we going to be... Is he going to clear us going through 3 and 4? We're going to try to hold him down here. But actually, coming out of 3 and 4, you stay down anyway, so I don't think that was a big problem for him. The shape of the track isn't a sharp exit on 4, so you're able to continue to do that.
Careful, still there.
Oh. Crap. Let's get the crossover move going. Now we got him on our outside, which is a benefit to us.
Clear high, bud.
And we're going to clear him. Can we start to catch up to Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick? Obviously, that means we pass Chase Elliott as well, but Chase Elliott puts us in 6th. Kyle Busch puts us in 5th, and that's really where we want to be. Kyle Busch into the wall hard.
Yellow's out.
Caution comes out. Very interesting. Nobody's pitting. We're not going to pit either. Longer we can go on this set of tires, better off we are.
Drive safe.
If there were 30,
Head on straight.
I don't know,
Ready?
36 laps left, then we'd be fine, but
Coming inside now.
we weren't in that range yet. Unfortunate for Kyle Busch. Truly, though, that really does suck.
Careful, still there.
We're going to roll into turn number 1. Try to get on the inside of Harvick so we get just a awesome drive off, and we do. Hamlin kind of drives down in front of us a little bit. It's not that he was driving down in front of us to block us. It would have been cool as a teammate if he drove down in front of us, knowing we would have given him the push to the lead, but it didn't happen.
Stay on the bottom here.
Fade up, get in behind him. 38 to go. We are really close to that line of being able to pit for the final time if a caution does come out. I feel like you'll see everybody do it though, so it's not a big deal.
Careful.
And note the difference now that we're at, in the 70s with tire wear. I feel like they're like in the 60s or something. And honestly, based on what I had left halfway through those other fuel runs, oh, that was a really bad job by me. That was a really bad job by me, and I'm immediately going to pay the price for it. Hold on. Oh, no. I was trying to get in behind you, Newman. Crap. That sucked. Once I tapped him, I lost it.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Be ready. Got one outside now.
Well, now we have 34 left in the race. I didn't pit because I'm not actually sure. I guess I could have checked it. I was a little frustrated with the action that I had.
All right, you're clear there.
They're running into Newman.
Car high, careful there.
Obviously, that's not what we want to do. We're a little loose right now, which is weird because we haven't been loose this whole race.
Still there.
Could be heat in the tires, but you would think that the tires would have cooled off
You got room, you're clear there.
during the caution. Now, I know in real life we would have had flat spots and we would have absolutely pit. We also wouldn't have come back out in 6th place or 7th place. So, it's a video game, folks. It's a video game.
Careful, still there.
The run on the inside of Boyer. Little contact, no big deal.
Car on
Jump
the
down to the
outside now.
inside, get back on the gas. Hope to get a nice run being inside Hamlin's draft. We've got 15 left in the tank. That's about halfway through for us, so we're going to go ahead and speed things up, and we'll be back on the mic when we pit for the final time in the race here at Chicagoland Speedway.
called a caution.
And of course, the caution will fly again with 7 laps left in the tank. We will not have to make any green flag pit stops in this one, folks. We are starting on the outside of the leader, Ryan Blaney.
Green. Almost ready. Green flag, green flag.
We're not going to just stand back and let him drive away, hopefully. 21 left in the race. They'll come up on us, but it's not going to matter. Oh, we almost came down on him. He's going to drive up into us right here.
Car there on the inside.
I take it. Maybe not. Yeah, he does. Okay.
Got a car low now.
We need 10 laps or so before we're going to get the runs that we need. So we just need to do the best to lose as little as possible.
Stay high up there. Hold your line.
I don't have any way to change my setup here to make it a short run setup, so we just really need this thing to go green the rest of the race.
Careful, still there.
Jump to the inside of Elliott as we get around Boyer.
Careful, still there.
Jump to the full inside of Elliott, which puts us back up into third. That's nice.
Careful,
I don't feel like we have it in us to stay here without getting, again, down to about 10 to go in the race. But if we can be close, we'll be in a good spot.
You're all clear up top.
Not sure what just happened. Did he spin out? What just happened? Well, no caution, so he didn't blow a tire. I'm very confused as to what just happened to Chase Elliott. He was side by side with us. I guess we had very, very mild contact. I barely felt it in the steering wheel, but would appear to have been a little bit more contact for him than I thought.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
We get a nice run off. I mean, this is eerily similar to what we've already experienced this whole race. As we have the nice inside, and then we lose a bunch because we were outside of Keselowski, and we had the nice run out of 2 after he had kind of dug up on us. And now we're going to try to do it again as we get another nice run going into 1, but we're going to hopefully drive down and get the run on the inside so we can set it up for 3 and 4. 2 spots out of where we need to be. Expect nobody to pit for the rest of the race, which means no matter what, we'll at least have even tire wear, but the less laps there are, if there's a restart, the worse off we are. Because, of course, pace laps will knock that down. We've got about 6 laps left before we're going to start to compete again, really. I mean, and by compete, obviously we're up here, but we seem to start to really drive up on the leaders at that point. I hate it because this set us back from catching and potentially passing Ryan Blaney, or with a green flag pit stop, it's shuffling up the order at all, which would have been nice for us. $15 left in this one.
Still there inside.
And I'm actually going to speed it up to about 8 to go, or when I start to notice we're catching back up to him, because right now we're in a bubble, and as long as I don't make any huge mistakes, which I don't intend on, we're not going to lose any spots here. So we'll be back on the mic with you with about 8 laps left in the race. All right, we've got 8 to go, and I just don't think we have what it takes to catch the 2 cars in front of us. We have gotten ourselves up to 4th place, goal position of 5th, so that part's good. But I'm barely catching on Denny. The reason why we were able to catch the leaders after a big run or a long run the last time was because there was lap traffic that absolutely played a role in that. Although I did gain 3/10 this lap on Denny, so maybe I will catch him. Nope, 2. He gained a 10th back, so it might be right on that cusp. See what we can do. Obviously, I'm not going to give up on my hope of catching him, but Ryan Newman is 100% checked out from us. We haven't gained on him but 1/10 in the last 2 laps. We had 100 laps to go. Yeah, we got a chance, but we do not. Even if we had 20 laps to go, maybe we have a chance. We've gotten within a second on Denny Hamlin, but only have 6 laps left. We'd have to pick up over a 10th per lap to try to catch and pass him. We gained another 10th there. Honestly, if we do 2/10 a lap, we would catch him. I wouldn't mind being the top JGR car to finish in this race. Gained another 10th there, but then I mildly tapped the apron, which kind of killed a little bit of our momentum. All right, well, I don't, 6/10 left. It's possible once we catch that draft with about 3/10 mark. We could be pushing for a pretty neat finish for us. Although I just messed up 3 and 4, even though we gained another 10th on him, I just don't think we have. I can't say. I don't know. Ryan Newman absolutely off the docket, but Denny Hamlin potentially going to get caught here. 4/10 now. So yeah, now it's really starting to 3/10. Hit a bad set of 1 and 2 there, so. Here we go. Come out. Get up into his draft, even though it's not the line I'm running. Being in his draft will be better for us. 3 to go. We've caught Denny Hamlin. The leaders have caught some lap traffic. Can that make a difference for us? Doesn't look like it, as Ryan Newman just goes right around what I can only assume is Haley. As we are side by side with our teammate Denny Hamlin going into turn number 3 and 4, looking to get a huge run around the turn and clear him completely. As we do, he's going to get the run out of 4, but he's going to have to contest with Haley, and we're on the inside, so that should be enough to keep us exactly where we need, which is to pass him with ease. Ryan Newman up there. Ryan Blaney leading the race. Always curious to see how this one's going to end because, I mean, yeah, we've had some contact, but not really. Although we did bring out a caution once from sliding out. Ryan Newman stuck behind 2 drivers. If we have another lap, which we do, there is a chance that we could take position number 2 away. I just have to set this up right so we're coming down. Look at that. Oh, cheesy little pass. As we set it up better than he could, he got caught up. And we're going to take second place away from Ryan Newman. We're not going to catch Ryan Blaney. He will be your race winner, but we're going to achieve our top 5 goal. And after a month of not driving, we're going to come out to Chicagoland Speedway and put together a solid performance, finishing second place in this race. Top 5, Ryan Blaney, Tony Savoy, Ryan Newman, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin. And I always forget to do this. Let's get down to see who DNF'd in this one. And it looks like Kyle Busch did not finish. Martin Truex Jr. did not finish. Eric Jones did not finish. All 3 of those drivers, our teammates. Rival Cole Custer, 3 laps down. Chris Buescher finishes in 17th. I did want to check. Chase Elliott still did finish 7th. I don't know what happened there. That was weird. With that victory, we continue leading by 11 points. Kyle Busch, second place. DNFing did not help him at all. Fastest lap of the race goes to Ryan Newman. Most laps led, Ryan Blaney. On the move goes to William Byron, 39th to 12th. Tough break. Martin Truex Jr. started second, finished 40th. Daniel Suarez is upset with us, even though we didn't. What is going on here? Savoy is a bum. Let's hashtag that. Make a shirt. Oh man, I didn't realize we were gonna stay here at the Cup Series. We've got our next race at Pocono, and after that, we've got another Cup Series race, which is gonna take us to Pocono again. That's weird. All right. Yeah, our next two races are both at Pocono. That should be interesting. Well, if we don't do well in the first one, maybe we'll do well in the second one. Anyway, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I want to take a moment out to say thank you so very much to everybody and all the support I got during these challenging times for both my injury to my Achilles and also losing all the mods that I had to rebuild and everyone's patience and kind words that I did receive. Just take a moment out to say thank you so very much for all those things. It's greatly appreciated and really did help the process as I was pretty stressed about trying to get content out. And I thank you so much for that. But anyways, folks, until next time, and as always, you all take care.